No, I'm not lost for words. No one. Just stand by. Yo, Christian. Rainy in Oakville. Known to bury in the house. Well, I don't know, Mo, don't know. Canadian Chris is right here, eh? It's coming, love, in Thailand. Looks like about 1 minute. Yo, Toronto. Yo, Phoenix. Oh, and annyeonghaseyo. I see some Korean in the chat. Yo, Cornwall. Well, you can buy weed everywhere, Phil. Hold Your Horse's username. 30 seconds. But don't get too excited. This is a strange, mellow one. Well, hello there. How you doing out there, Thailand lovers? Check this out. Got some new digs. We're live. We got some tunes to start it off. Want to let the room fill up a little bit. We already got 238 people watching. Well, wait a minute. How many thumbs up we got? 52. Not good enough. Not good enough. Let's drop a thumbs up. So, I thought I'd try something new tonight, and if I'm being honest, the truth of it all is that, well, first of all, drop a comment. Is the music too loud? Should we turn the music down? Let me hear in the comments. Music too loud or music just right? So, the truth is, the video that I was gonna drop today is late. You know, I like to put a video out every Wednesday and every Saturday without fail. Denise Ballon starting off the super chats. Dennis is nuts. Dennis, you are nuts. Music a little loud. Well, watch this. We have the technology. Boom. We have the technology here tonight. We're going to be testing some technology because the video that I was supposed to put out on my normal Saturday release has been delayed in the edit. I was about to miss an upload for the first time, and I can't even remember how long. But I thought, hey, I'm always retired working for you guys. So I've been working for the last 14 hours, maybe. I've been going hard today, setting up a live stream. And as the room continues to fill up here, let me test this first bit of technology. The way this is going to go down tonight is I got some segments for you. We're not going to just be in this room, assuming this technology works. We're going to see how this all goes. It's a big, giant science experiment. And I hope you stick around. Especially at the end. I got an old throwback for you to end it off, but we got segments all lined up tonight. I'm gonna be taking some questions, so grab a beer. Stoof's in the house. Yo, Stoof. He's also on the ground in Thailand. How you going, brother? First test of the new technology. let's see what happens if I want to go get a beer, but I don't want to leave you guys out of it. So I've tried to see if we can do something here. Let's just see. Are you there? I have no idea if this works, but as I said, we're trying new technology tonight. Check this out. Does anyone else out there have an empty fridge that looks a lot like this? You got some water. There's not too much in here, but I got a beer, and yes, it is a singer. Let me explain. This is actually might be some breaking news. Here we go. Let me just put you down over here and cut ourselves back to the main camera. Did that work? Out of sync. Bit of an audio delay. Well, what are you gonna do? This is advanced technology here in Bangkok. Ready? Let's see if you can hear this. Okay. So, is the delay gone now? Are we back to no delay? Let me see here. Oh, someone's dropping super chats. Swedish kroners. Who we got here? Lasse from Stockholm, board of director, RW for you members. I love the members group. They're an awesome group of people. Thank you, Lasse. Cheers. Oh, Jason Wilkinson's in the house. Subscriber number 1 from the channel. And my best buddy since high school, Birdie. How the hell are you doing, man? Hope the family's good. He's coming over in September, and we're going to have some good times, Birdie. I can't say on this stream exactly what we're going to do, but we're going to have some good times. So what's with the singer, you ask? Well, I'm not sure, but I might have switched beers. Yeah, it's true. So here's what happened. My brother and his wife, my sister-in-law, Mike and Kelly, came over with a couple friends, Bill and Janice. Shout out to you four. They just went home last week. And man, oh man, they started drinking singers. I pitched them on the Leos. I pitched hard on the Leos. I was throwing back Leo after Leo. And then they started, after about day 3, they said to me, you know what, I think I like Singa better. And they were here for about 10 days on the ground that I was with them. And by about day 5, I switched to Singa. So if anyone from Leo is out there watching, my deepest apologies, but this might be some breaking news. I might have just switched beers. I'm not 100% sure yet. I'm still in that testing phase, but we're going to see. We're going to see what happens. Let's get into it. I got my beer. We've got 358 Thailand lovers around the world, so it's time for the very first segment. We're going to talk Thailand. We'll probably go for an hour and a half. Let's see what happens. But we'll do some Q&A, but it's hard to keep up on these. I tried a live stream last time in this setting, and it was all about Q&A, but it was really hard to keep up. So I did some homework. I did some preparation for you today, and we're gonna get into it. Let's just let me just bring down the music here, and we're gonna go to the first story, which is, let me pull this up. We're going to get full screen. Did someone just leave a super chat? Oh, boy. I can't manage it all. I just can't. Oh, yeah, D. Thank you, D. Super chats are always appreciated, never expected, but thank you very much, D. Is it laggy? Joy says it's laggy. How's the quality? Hashtag yes for good quality. Hashtag no for problems. Once I get your answers, we'll get into the first story here. Do your best, says Frank. All right. Hashtag yeses rolling in. So you guys are good. Before we get to the questions, let's get in here to segment number 1. Story that came out here on Thai News today. Check this out. Wow, thank you, Jay. Love this channel. And I'll be going to Thailand for Songkran. Been there 6 months. I live in New York City, and it can't match Bangkok. Send in support. Thank you. Johnny, there's something happening. Throws out some 5 baht, and Dennis Ballone with $5. Let me hold on. I love the super chats. I'm going to have to change my screen, though, and I want to show you something here. So this came out yesterday in the Thai News, and this is a story. You see the Ashton here, the big building in red, big wrecking ball coming down on the Ashton. Don't know if anyone out there knows the Ashton Asok, but this is that giant, black, huge condo building, and it on Thai TikTok, Thai Facebook, Thai newspapers yesterday, all of these articles started to come out, but they're all in Thai. So I did a little digging for you and got the backstory about what's going on here. So here's the deal. There's a big giant condo, luxury condo in Asok, right near the Asok Montry. And there's a bit of a backstory surrounding when they built it and the land that surrounds it. It's set back from the road, and there's a driveway that goes in. And this driveway was apparently on government land owned by the MRT. There's an MRT exit that you walk out right into this driveway. It's tough to explain, but that's the only way to get into the building. And they paid 97 million baht when this was all going down to kind of get permits and get all of this done. So they licensed it somehow from the Thai government, from the MRT, get their permits, and they build the thing. Fast forward to today, and a group of homeowners that lives in the area near the foot of the building, locals who live in the back streets and houses surrounding the footprint of the building, started lodging a group complaint. And they said, it was funny, that their 2 main things was this giant building blocks our sunlight and our breeze. But they also, in the complaint, said, why is a luxury condo building, why was it allowed to be built partially on government land? So some sort of review happened. And before telling you where things stand, let's go right down to the street. And, well, first of all, let me just show you this. So this is a overhead shot of the Ashton, the driveway in question. Let me just pull that up. So right there, that is an overhead shot. This black building is the Ashton Asok. This is the MRT station here. And then this is the driveway in question. But let's just play this video for you because this is some of the new technology I was talking about. So let's see if this works out here. This is the site in question. This is the exit from MRT Sukhumvit. Right down there is the corner of the Asok Montry intersection where the BTS and the MRT meet. And this here is the area that they're talking about. So let me just show you around here. Let me just pick this up. Okay, so there's the exit. Oh, looks like we might have already had one eviction. That's the Asok Montry intersection down that way. And then as you come out of the MRT and turn around, you see this driveway here, entering right off the Asok Montry into the Ashton Asok, which is way up there. So look at the size of that building, absolutely massive. And if they lose this access, it could cause a lot of problems for, I mean, let me just zoom in on this for you. It could cause a lot of problems for what seems like a hell of a lot of condo inhabitants. So yeah, I mean, pretty crazy. So where do things stand as of now? Well, they've actually had their permits revoked. There's 581 residents living in that building, and they've been talking in the Thai media like there's a possibility that they might kick them out. I personally don't believe that it's going to come to that. But we might be looking at the newest ghost tower in Thailand. They said it's even a possibility that they demolish the building, which would be absolutely wacky. Got some super chat. Zoom to Thailand. I'm a huge fan. Thank you for the inspiration. Would love to have you on my channel. Love it. Zoom to Thailand. So what's this potential solution? Talking to people today, there's a couple of potential options. I guess that they could go back and renegotiate with the government for their existing driveway. That would seem to be the logical thing. But that permit has been pulled, has been revoked. Is it a money grab of some sort? I guess we'll find out. But other people said that there is another potential option, but they would have to build a new driveway back to Soi 19. Right now up front, as you saw in the on the scene video that we included in the live stream, technology. That driveway comes in off the Asok Montry, but they might be able to fashion a new one out back to Soi 19. But that would involve buying up a bunch of local houses that are in there and probably forcibly removing some people. Stefan Duguay, this is thanks to you. Your French Montreal friend will go for the first time in Thailand in November. I'll do your top 25 in Bangkok. Thank you, Stefan. Throwing down the ducats. Much appreciated. So, you know, that's the update on the Ashton Asok. It hasn't really broken in foreign news, so we're actually breaking news right now on the live stream. Let's see what happens. We'll follow this story, but man, do I ever feel bad for the residents there. That must be stressful. So, you know, facing potential eviction. Imagine 581 people, probably a lot of expats, 581 of them getting the boots. I hope that doesn't happen. But if it were to happen, I guess there's lots of condos in the area. Now, I was talking to Adam today, and, you know, he was also expressing concern. He was talking to Noy. You guys know Adam runs our real estate thing. And he said, look, if any people in the Ashton end up feeling like they should get out, or if there happens to be like some sort of mass thing, then he said reach out to him, and he'll work hard and fast with local condos in the area. I'm putting his contact info down right here. So reach out to Adam if you're one of these 581 people in the Ashton and need help finding a place. It's been going awesome. Adam's been doing amazing lately. I can update y'all on the whole thing, everything he's been working on. He's been ramping things up. So hats off to you, Adam. And he also wanted me to shout out, he's been busy with real estate, to be honest. There's been a bunch of you guys moving here, looking for places. And in the last month alone, he wanted me to shout out some of the people who've rented condos here in Bangkok. Greg, Fabiola, David, Kenneth, Jeff and Patricia. And then these are people who've all rented condos in the last 3 weeks, actually, here in Bangkok with Adam and Noi. And up in Chiang Mai, Bobby, shout out to you. And then Angelo in Samui, Andrew Farmer just moved him into a rental house today, and he's looking to buy a house down there. I actually met Angelo just last week for a little beer and maybe a little doobie down in at Paddle Samui, the pickleball court. Hey, Tom Hawkins, planning my first trip to Thailand thanks to you. All right, thank you, Tom. Appreciate that. Okay, so that's the Ashton story. Now, let's get into the next segment, which is a story I don't really want to report on. Check this out. I don't like this. So, I don't know if you guys heard about this one, but Singapore has executed the first woman there in 20 years, over 31 grams of heroin. And they did it by hanging. Singapore has hanged a 45-year-old citizen who was caught with 31 grams of heroin. The first time the city-state has executed a woman in nearly 20 years. She was hanged on Friday after being convicted of trafficking not less than 30.72 grams. That's a weird one. You know, Singapore's crazy when it comes to this stuff. I mean, check this story out. Check this story out here.
Now, Singapore has executed a 46-year-old man convicted of drug trafficking. Tanggaraju Supaya was found guilty of trafficking a single kilogram of cannabis 5 years ago. Campaigners had been hoping that he would be given a reprieve at the last minute. Live now to Singapore and our reporter Katie Silver.
So there's a fella that Singapore hanged for a kilogram of cannabis. That's like the size of a little pillow. In Thailand, they'd call that like a light load. A kilogram of cannabis is getting you hung down in Singapore. Mental note, like if you travel to Singapore, especially from Thailand, it would be so easy to forget about some weed that might be in one of your bags or something, and you show up in Singapore and man, bad things happen. Now that it's been legal here for long enough, just over a year, you really kind of forget about the fact that Thailand is like a sea of legal weed in a world full of illegal weed. Look at this map here. So you got red is illegal. Blue is legal. Blue are the only places in the world where it's legal. You see America is dotted with states that are legal. Canada, my home country, is one of only I think 2 or 3 places in the world where it's actually legal federally. But look at Asia. Look at Asia. Let's see if I can zoom in on Asia. There it is. Look at Thailand, surrounded not only by countries where it's illegal, but by countries where they're hanging people for selling a kilo of weed. It just makes you realize how surprising, actually, the move that Thailand made was. You know, it feels normal now, but in Asia, it's definitely not normal. The crazy thing is they over here, they don't really differentiate between marijuana and heroin and cocaine and different drugs. Thailand obviously does, but I remember when I lived in Korea decades ago, I was first introduced to that concept. I remember a newspaper article that said this movie star had been busted and has known to have smoked marijuana at least 3 times in the last 5 years. In Canada, if you smoke weed 3 times in the last 5 years, we call you a lightweight, not a hardened criminal. But Singapore, I did some digging and to get some insight on why they think how they think. There's one name that came up, and it's this guy, Lee Kuan Yew. And so this guy was, he died in 2015. He was a politician and lawyer, and he was Prime Minister of Singapore from 1959 to 1990. And during his long rule, Singapore became the most prosperous country in Southeast Asia. So this guy was Prime Minister for, 31 years? And this was the guy who took Singapore from what it was to what it is, so, I'm sure that this guy has done a ton of really good shit and really just transformed an entire country. But during his time there, this is where they also developed this mentality around drug traffickers. And I found an old clip of him that I'd like to share with you here.
They have criticized the human rights record, the number of executions, for instance, haven't they?
They may believe that if you're kind to drug traffickers, you get a better society. In America, they're changing their minds and they're sending people back to death row. In Singapore, before you land, the air hostess or the steward will announce that there are very heavy penalties if you're found with more than a stated number of grams of certain prohibited drugs. And if you still come in with a few kilos of them, which will destroy hundreds, thousands of families, one death is too kind, because you're killing that family every day for years and years and years, that a daughter or a son is an addict.
But the per capita rate of executions in Singapore is much higher than in the United States,
Have you worked it out?
according to Amnesty International.
Have they worked it out
Apparently.
accurately? Per capita of what? Per capita of drug traffickers or per capita of population of Singapore? I am executing foreign drug traffickers. Let me tell you, the people who have been executed. Nigerians, because Nigerians are the most unlikely of drug traffickers in this Asian society. Dutch women traveling with African men. Dutchmen traveling with Chinese women. How do you calculate per capita? Per capita of Dutchmen entering Singapore, or per capita of Singaporeans as against Dutchmen? What's Amnesty talking about? Do they know what's happening? Do they ask themselves, what would happen if we send them all to prison for 5, 10 years, and we'll have to make more prisons because there'll be such an endless stream of them. And this is, despite the death penalty, the rewards are so enormous that people are willing to risk it. And why not?
Would you say that over the 31 years as you were Prime Minister that you were a ruthless man?
Do I look to you a ruthless man? Here I am being pilloried, excoriated,
By who?
abused by you.
Merely asked questions, I thought.
So, but every one of them is barbed and loaded, darts with a bit of arsenic in it.
I'd like to think that you were given a chance to answer any question that
not
was
at-
put to you, no?
Oh, that's what I'm offering myself for, isn't it? But if I were a ruthless man, I would get you into a corner and say, now, let me ask you some questions. Why do you start with the assumption that your interviewee is always dumb and that you are smarter than him? Why do you assume that Asians are somehow unable to understand Western ways of life and that they would be so much better if they would become more like the West?
So that guy's an interesting speaker for a minute there when he said, I would back you into a corner and then do what? Well, I was wondering what he was going to do. But that guy's interesting to listen to him talk. I mean, it's pretty thought-provoking. I don't know where you guys stand on the whole death to drug traffickers conversation, but drop a comment. I am curious. But let's move on to a brighter topic than people getting hanged in Singapore for weed and heroin. Let me bring in some Q&A music here. Let me just turn the volume down. I am a one-man band, as you can see. I have no producers. If I had a producer, this show could be amazing. But I'm the guy on camera. I'm the guy on the switcher. I'm the sound man and the host. So I am a one-man band. So I hope you cut me some slack for any technical deficiencies here. That would be much, much appreciated. Let me get some Q&A music going here. All right, so can you hear the music? Got any questions? Let me hear the questions. Oh, there we go. Do these come up or down? All right, I'm gonna pick a question that pops off the screen in the next 30 seconds as I'm drinking my beer here. Hey, Kelly Parker. Hello, that's the sister-in-law I was telling you guys about. Her husband is the one that made me switch to singing. It's his fault. How do we get... No, we're not going to answer the one about the lady boy. But keep these questions coming in. I want to pick one. Can't hear anything. What are you talking about? Can you guys not hear me? Why? Because of the music? Is the music too loud? Someone said they can't hear. I think you can hear. What's the best time of the year to come to Samui? Or to come to Thailand? That's a pretty good one. Where did I get the neon background? I got it over in Chinatown. One-man jaw army. You know it, Dominate. If it wasn't Thailand, where else would you be? Nowhere. Nowhere. I guess Korea or Canada, but Thailand's it. What's your view of the Thai elections? I got a whole report coming on that. Do they sell THC cartridges and oil? No, extracts are still illegal here. What are taxes like for Canadians living abroad? Daryl, if you declare yourself a non-tax resident of Canada, then you don't even have to file back in Canada unless you own things back there. Bill Hollett? Ha ha! Billy! How's the old Billy? Billy's my brother's best friend. Him and his wife Janice came to Thailand last week with them. Billy ended up going home with a little Samui tattoo. But man, we had a great week, eh, guys? Would you be up making a video about Thai school kids? Are the prices going up? Yes. Okay, here's a comment. Are the prices going up there as they are elsewhere? And what do you think we should plan on spending for a month of normal living, eating, etc.? Cost of living. Everyone always wants to know about cost of living. How long is a piece of string, right? Have prices started to go up again? Yeah, definitely, especially compared to COVID. You know, normal everyday prices, yeah. Like, the funniest one was I had I went to get a mu ping, you know, the pork, minced pork on a skewer. Usually 10 baht on the streets of Thailand, and it was 12 baht. Made me laugh because that's like a 5-cent increase. But at the same time, that's a 20% increase. If I go to my favorite market, Ruam Sab, I used to get my plate of pad krapao for 50 baht. Now it's 60. It's also a 20% increase. For the cheap stuff, as an expat, it's easy to absorb. As a local Thai, I'm sure they're feeling it. Which weed shops have the best? Anyway, sorry, I digress back into the comments. Cost of living. I know people who live here happily for $1,000 a month. I just did a video about a young family who spends $3,000 a month. It all depends where you are. It's much more expensive in the 6 major areas of Bangkok: Phuket, Samui, Chiang Mai, Hua Hin, and Pattaya. You know, then if you have a limited budget, I'd say go find a nice town somewhere that's not one of those places. And if you have a little bit more of a budget, then live wherever you want and you live happily. Everyone's situation's different. So it depends what point you're at in your life. If you have kids, international school's very expensive here. So something to consider. Okay, about the prices going up. Okay, well, we're going to move on. Johnny, there's something happening's in the house. Let me get this comment off. And what do we got next? Yes. We've got Oppenheimer. I got a little segment about Oppenheimer. Did you guys see it? Let me before I get into the Oppenheimer segment, I should really do this. 1 second. Check this out. We're gonna cut the Q&A music, and we're gonna cue up the Oppenheimer music. Oh yeah, you ready? This is ridiculous. Oppenheimer, baby. Oh yeah, Chris Nolan, epic masterpiece. I'm not sure if you can hear me anymore, but did you ever notice that during a Chris Nolan movie, sometimes his music gets so loud that you can't even hear the actors speak? Did you ever notice that? Sometimes it bothers me, and sometimes I think it's okay. Anyway, let's go right back down here. We'll drag this in. We'll keep a little bit of Nolan music. But Oppenheimer, wanted to give you my take on it because I just saw it a couple days ago. First up, IMAX movie theaters in Bangkok. What's your favorite one? Drop a comment. I've heard the Siam Paragon's the best. They've been outfitted with a laser, but I went to see it at Cortier Cine Art. Also IMAX. This is a movie you got to see in IMAX. And I absolutely love the movie. If you've seen it, drop a comment. Do you like Oppenheimer? What do you like about it? What don't you like about it if you don't like it? I've yet to talk to someone who said they didn't like it. But for me, it was absolutely epic. This next part is going to contain some spoilers. So if you haven't seen it, just click mute. And I'll tell you, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to flash white. And this means spoilers in process. And when I flash black, for those of you on mute, spoilers over. And you can unmute and come back and join the next segment. You're going to want to see that one. So Oppenheimer, here's my take on it. and why it's so fucking great. So this guy designed the whole movie to mimic what the movie is about. The way that he crafted it. If you've seen it, you'll know what I'm talking about. Wait a second. We got white. This is spoilers. I'll hold this up because there's going to be spoilers as long as this is up here. So the way that he crafted it, I saw someone complain that it felt like a trailer, like a montage. It's very snippet based. He jumps all over from little scene and little scene and little scene, and they all happen at different times in different places with different people. But what I think Chris Nolan was doing, and if you can't tell, I'm a big Chris Nolan fan, but I think what he was doing was, it's like all of these little events are like the atoms themselves that started colliding, and all of these events in Oppenheimer's life started creating this chain reaction, just like the atoms in the nuclear bomb that the guy invented. And as things started to react, they got even more and more out of control, and then boom, it resulted in massive destruction and collateral damage. Like the character played by Strauss, like by Robert Downey Jr. Strauss. To me, that guy's like he's Hiroshima. He got destroyed. And then you got Oppenheimer himself is like Nagasaki, and he was also collateral damage. So I just think that it was a brilliantly crafted movie, and this is now safe for all of you people. Beverly Weber loves Oppenheimer. Come back, you mute spoiler alerts. I'm not calling you mutes. You can probably speak very well. Beverly, thank you. You love Oppenheimer. Read the book 15 plus times in the past 18 years, and the movie's spot on. Oh, nice. I haven't read the book. But yeah, I love the movie. And before we jump off of the Nolan train, I thought in honor... How's the music? That's pretty good, pretty good. Still Nolan-esque. I thought in honor of the fact that Chris Nolan just released a movie, and I'm excited about it, I would count down... Why do I got... John, there's something happening. Top right artwork is John Goodman from The Big Lebowski. Oh, yes. And can you call that one? Or that one? Or that one? Anyway, I don't know why there's comments still up here. How do I get those off? Come on. Okay, let's get them off. And let me count down. Let's count down my Chris Nolan movies ranked from worst to best. You can tell me if you agree or disagree. So, here we go. Let's just run through my list. Number 12, Following. I think this was like a student movie of his that he did before he really got into things. And yeah, it was okay, but it's the worst of his movies in my opinion. Number 11, Insomnia. This one never really kind of connected with me. You know, bless Robin Williams. We miss that guy. And Al Pacino's Al Pacino, man. An amazing alcoholic actor. But that movie didn't connect with me, so I have it at number 11. Number 10, Tenet. That was one I was so excited for. I thought the acting was good. I thought the action was good, but it was just too difficult to understand and piece together. I like when Nolan does movies that you have to see a couple times to fully understand, but I've seen Tenet 2 or 3 times, and it just doesn't come together like his other ones, in my opinion. This is where you guys are going to roast me. This is where you guys are going to absolutely grill me. I got The Dark Knight, which everyone has at Nolan's number 1. I got it as number 9, as my least favorite of the Batman trilogy. So take that. I will say, Heath Ledger as the Joker was the best performance in any of Nolan's movies, but overall, the last half hour, 45 minutes of that movie, I just felt that it dragged a little bit. That's me. This is my list. Number 8, Dunkirk. And by the way, starting at number 9, we're into good movies. We're into movies that are all, in my opinion, awesome. I loved Dunkirk, but it gets better. Number 7, I got Batman Begins, my second, right in the middle of the Batman movies. And my favorite Batman movie was The Dark Knight Rises. Oh, yeah, see, we got Bane. That's terrible. That's embarrassing. Number 5, Memento. This is probably only number 5 because I haven't seen it in so damn long. I haven't seen it really in, God, it's got to be 10 years at least. Maybe I should watch it again. But right now, and it might move up the list, but I got it at number 5. Number 4, The Prestige. This movie was absolutely incredible. This is maybe Nolan's third movie. Anyways, if you haven't seen The Prestige, definitely check it out. Got Nikola Tesla's characters. It's riddled with crazy movie stars. It's an awesome movie. Number 3, Oppenheimer. I got this one right up in the top 3. I don't know if it'll live there over the long term on my Nolan list, but right now it's number 3. Number 2, Interstellar. This is the next one. I bet most of you out there would probably change your lists to have Interstellar where I got The Dark Knight, and you'd move The Dark Knight all the way up to number 2 or number 1. When I watched Interstellar in the movie theaters, I didn't even really love it. But this is one that I've watched it several times since, and it just gets better every time. My favorite one is Inception. Haley and I saw Inception in the movie theater back in Toronto when we were living there. And as soon as it ended with that little top spinny thing, as soon as that happened, we looked at each other and said, let's go again. And we did. We didn't go right away, but a few days later we went again. I've seen that movie probably 8 or 9 times, and I absolutely love Inception. So there you go. There's my Nolan list. Now let me cut out the Nolan music here. We'll cut the Nolan music, and we will move on. Oh, here we go. This is good. It's time for a time machine segment. So this is one where I thought it would be nice if I could get you out of this room. You've seen me sitting here long enough for the time being. We're going to come back here. But let me figure out if we can get myself live back out on the streets. Well, maybe not the streets, but see if I can get myself back out there. Let's see what we got here. So we've come back in time to the daytime, and I'm here at Benjikitty Park. Saturday. People love it out here. They come out, they take a bunch of photos, and go for a walk. Something you should definitely do when you're here in Bangkok. So let's bust in for a little daytime live stream. Here's some Thai students celebrating some sort of graduation. This park, if you walk through it, takes maybe really only about 20 minutes or so, but it makes for an amazing walk. You can definitely spend more time in here. Some more graduate students. And I would recommend spending a little more time in here and exploring this place. Oh, look up here, we have a student that's gone full out. She's got a reflector. Gonna make this a professional shoot. But here we are. live in Benjikiti Park. And if you don't believe that I'm still alive, then just ask me a question. Go ahead. Let me pull out my phone here and I'll check the texts, see what question comes up here. We'll answer a live question from the time machine. Okay, there's one. Let me see if I can put this up on the screen. I'm not sure if I can or not. Let's just see. Okay. Hey, Chris, what's the big development dominating the Bangkok skyline? Well, thank you, retired working for you, for asking a question on the live chat. Not sure where you're writing from, but it's a good question and very timely, because this is actually the building that you're talking about, and it is dominating the Bangkok skyline these days. Let me set this up here. I would highly recommend that you walk down there as well, though. It's absolutely incredible to spend some time in what I like to call the Benjikiti basement. Beautiful, beautiful place. Let me just get technically in place here so that I can tell you everything that I know about that building. There it is. Let me just set us up here. So, oopsie, we've got the building in question right here. And this building is called Bangkok 1. And yeah, it's been under construction for quite a while here in Bangkok. And what do I know about it? Well, I don't really know a damn thing about it. So there you go. This is answering the question in the thread. But if any of you guys know, comment, drop a comment, and let's see if you guys can shed some light on what this is. I know it's mixed use. It's part residential, part commercial. All right, well, you guys are keeping up the chat, so I'm gonna end this time machine segment and get back to the studio and continue the live stream from right back here in the studio. So there you go. Seemed like the technology worked. Thought I'd get you out of here for a little bit of a break. But that was nice. Yeah, I like that's my routine. I love going down to that park. If you live anywhere near central Bangkok, you absolutely have to go check out that park. I go pretty much every day and walk around there. So I was down there today. Thought I'd just take you on a little 3-minute walk down there. That Bangkok 1, though, do you guys know what's going on there? If anyone knows, definitely drop a comment, because I'm curious for sure. All right, so question time. Let me bring on some question music. You guys drop your questions, and I will answer a couple, and then we'll go to the next segment. So question time. I need some question music back on. Let's see here. Question music, commence. Let me get into your comments. I got your comments down here. In case you're wondering why I'm constantly looking away, again, I have no producer. I have no switcher man. I have no director. I've got to do it all, and so your comments are down here. What live stream software am I using? I'm using what's called a YOLO box, Thomas. Thailand Thomas. Okay. Ask Dana about the buildings. Good call. My buddy Dana did an amazing documentary about the ghost tower. Okay, Phuket versus Bangkok. I like that one. That's interesting. You don't often hear Phuket versus Bangkok. Usually you hear Phuket versus Samui. So I'm going to do Phuket versus Samui. Well, why Phuket versus Bangkok? That's a tough one. Phuket's an island. Bangkok's a city, so they're very different. very different at their core. You know, although Phuket has a lot of the infrastructure and, you know, a lot of things that Bangkok has, that a city has. Phuket has great international schools, an international airport, big roads, lots of traffic. But I prefer Koh Samui. So the Phuket versus Bangkok conversation, for me, it's Samui versus Bangkok. And I say, why choose? You know, one of the beauties of Thailand is things are so close and pretty cheap to get around. So I live now in Bangkok, and I visit Samui with great regularity. And starting sometime next year, we're probably going to move to Samui, but I'll visit Bangkok with great regularity. So yeah, that's my take on it. I love Bangkok. I love the islands. I couldn't do 12 months of the year in either myself. Arnold rubbing in the Stanley Cup in your hometown. I don't like that, Arnold, because I'm never gonna get a Stanley Cup. Any future videos on shipping items? My nephew's out, Jason. He's out with his buddy Watt. Any future videos on shipping companies to move bigger items from the USA to Bangkok? That's interesting, John. I don't have any plans for that, but I get a lot of questions from people, questions about relocating. And the reason I don't make videos on the main channel about that is because I just figure it's not everyone's looking to relocate here. Certainly, you know, there are people, but not everyone is looking to relocate here. A lot of people just looking to my channel for travel tips, for things to do, places to go, food to eat, that sort of stuff. But I'm curious, maybe you guys can help me out and drop a comment and let me know if how many of you are going to be moving to Thailand within the next 12 months? And what are the most common questions you have? Maybe I will make a video. I don't know. I'll go back and I'll watch your comments in detail tomorrow. So it'd be very much appreciated if you let me know and answered the blah blah bleep blah bloop. Answered that question. Are your youngest son still in Thailand? I don't have a son. I have a daughter. She's the best. She's so great. I'm going to be seeing her next month. I have a nephew, but I don't have a son. Do I miss Toronto? No. Flat out, I do not miss Toronto. I miss the people in my life that are in Toronto. Definitely my mom and dad, my brother and Kelly, all my family, my friends. Got lots of great friends back there. But I don't miss Toronto as a city. Briggsy! Yes! Good day, it's Briggsy. My family just got back from Bangkok and Koh Samui. My wife and I are bakers, pastry chefs. Can you hire us to work at Moonstone? Yes, Chris Briggs, you're awesome. He's one of our members, board of directors. If you, there's an amazing group. There's a couple hundred people that are in our members program, and these people are awesome. They're always hooking up, having fun together here in Bangkok, sending fun messages. Ian, how do you deal with maintaining connections with friends and family back home? FaceTime, man. Before that, I remember when I moved to Korea in 1994, it was like calls, old landline telephone calls were the only option. They were like like $1 a minute. It was ridiculous. Now FaceTime's free, pretty easy. After Bangkok, where would be your next home in Thailand? Well, Justin, my next home in Thailand is gonna be Koh Samui. And I would say that's an easy question for me. It's Chiang Mai, Koh Samui and Bangkok are my 3 favorite places for a home in Thailand. I love visiting other places, but if to live, I would choose between those 3. There's a very good chance we would have chosen Chiang Mai if it wasn't for the burning season. And I'm lucky. I got a ton of great friends in Koh Samui, so that's an easy choice. I love that island, and I love Bangkok, but we're just going to I like to think of it as a base camp rather than 12 months of the year. So Samui's going to be our base camp, and then we're going to be reverse snowbirds, probably drive up to Chiang Mai in November till Christmas for a couple of months. Regular visits, popping in and out of Bangkok, sucking the nectar from the fruits of Bangkok, as they say. Yeah, oh good. Some questions coming in about relocation. This is going to help. This is pre-recorded. Well, then how can I put that message up right now? Oh, I guess it's not pre-recorded, is it? It's live, damn it. All right, you're retiring in Thailand. Okay, so there we go. Let's give a stop to the music here. Let's go on to the next segment, which I think involves me refreshing my beer. But let me see here. I honestly, yeah, this is starting to get a little bit light in the britches, as they say. So I'm gonna go back to this remote camera. Oh crap! I only had the 1 beer in the fridge from earlier. Okay, so this is the big test of technology right here. This is where things get absolutely crazy. I'm gonna have to grab the handheld camera, my phone. We'll rig this up. I'm gonna grab this, and I got an idea. Okay, so back to the live stream in a minute. This won't take long, I swear. Not getting coconuts. $41 baht for a singer. Oh, see, just like that. Just like that. We've got ourselves a beer. That was technologically advanced, if I do say so myself. Man, I like that technology. My favorite part about that technology was how my shirt actually magically changed as I got up and left and ran down there to get the beer. That stuff doesn't exist on the shelves over up in Fortune Town. I'll tell you that much. But things are okay. So I got a beer going here. All right. Ooh, excuse me. Now, next up, I get a lot of people asking me about my life before YouTube. And I'll tell you a little bit. I don't want to bore you, but let me just pull open a couple of photos. So basically, people have asked me a lot, what did you do before YouTube, before you retired and moved to Thailand? Well, this is what I did. There I am, scruffy, working on a set. That set, actually, that I'm on right there, where this photo was taken, was the James Bond song. Do you guys remember the movie that Jack Black and Alicia Keys did the title song for? I can't remember it, but that was the music video for that Bond song. But I did that for 10 years. I went to mostly commercial film sets, TV commercials, all in Toronto, Canada, and decided that all the money was in the equipment. So all that equipment I had ended up buying and just renting out with me, and then me and a couple of buddies ended up each with a truck full of gear and the same equipment doing a position called video assist, where basically you record everything. It was all film, 100% 35 millimeter film. Coming off the camera, there's a little video tap. Anyway, we had trucks full of gears. There was 3 of us. We partnered up and started a company. And there's our first fleet of video vans overlooking the wonderful city of Toronto. And that was awesome because there was those 3 little black Sprinter vans. Each of us had one. And the way it works in the film industry is you could figure out how to do a position and go out with a truck full of gear and make most of the money renting the gear. And once we started that, it was like a big light bulb moment. And we built on that. We ended up hiring guys and getting more trucks with more gear. And we started a company called Bling. And after that, this was now 2008, 2009, and there's something called the Red camera that came out. Technology all changed. Long story short, 35 millimeter was replaced by digital. And we came up with a solution for that, fashioned a solution, and the next 10 years was wild. We ended up going from like 5 staff to 500 staff. We opened offices in Vancouver, LA, Atlanta, New York. It was wild. And actually, rather than bore you with my story of it, there is and was, let me just close those up, but there was a short film made about it. Now, I don't particularly like the person who plays me in this short film, but it was so well done that I wanted to share it with you, and it really tells the story of the next 10 years. So, without further ado, here's the Blingers.
Let me lay it out for you. This town always has and always will be owned and operated by 2 gangs. Uptown, you got the Technicolors, the biggest, baddest family to ever grace this city. Producing, processing, finishing, coloring, they own it all. They practically have their own army and aren't afraid to remind people who is in charge.
Now go get me a sandwich.
Then there's downtown. You got the Deluxes. You've never met a bigger bunch of ruthless punks. 35 mil, beta cam, HD cam, DV tapes, they deal. Anyone who gets in their way, let's just say they have a habit of disappearing. What makes you think a trio of no-name Canadians working out of a 1-bedroom apartment can break their death grip on this city? What makes you so special?
Dude, it's simple. We're gonna bring the bling.
It's time for a fucking digital revolution!
Listen, I ain't afraid to take these guys on, okay? I'm just saying, we can't do it alone.
Yeah, but where are we gonna find a couple of dudes crazy enough to join us?
Can I process and sync 3 hours of red footage? With a 6-hour turnaround? Bitch, please.
All right. Who wants to process some goddamn dailies?
Look, I don't care who this bling crew is or where they're from. They're taking away my business, and I want them stopped now. Get this garbage off of my desk. You know I only eat organic.
Why you both gotta be so depressed, hey? Those bling boys are nothing to be afraid of. They're just another little group of wannabes that need to be reminded whose turf they're stepping on. So come on, let's go get the rest of the crew, okay? And we'll bash some fucking skulls in.
I know it looks bad right now, fellas, but those guys are nothing but a pair of flaming underpants with nothing left to burn.
What the hell does that mean?
I don't really know. But what I do know, it's time to man up and not give up. We never back down. And as of today, we're gonna take the fight to them.
Yeah.
Yeah!
Yes! Yes!
You think you can win this? We're global, you understand me? You might have this city, but we have the world. What makes you think you could ever go international?
Not a problem, dude. We got a guy. Thanks for the advice, Mr. S.
Not a problem. And please, call me Rob.
Well, that was it. I love that, man. Shout out to you, Mike Ogawa. You're the guy who made that. Now, the story's ending. Okay, so that was fun. That was the short film on the come up. The story ends, though, I guess the sad moral of the story is big money always wins, and we were like an independent company. Everything kind of got traded around amongst money people. It lost its shine, and so the last 3 years, I don't know if any of you out there feel like you're kind of ready to be done with your chapter in life, particularly your work chapter. And that's how I was feeling for the last few years. And so, you know, that's what ended up driving me away from that previous life and over to Thailand. So there you go. Just a little bit of backstory. I found that video, thought it was pretty funny. An old blast from the past anyway. All right, so let's see. What do we got next? We've got a story going on in Koh Samui. Is there anyone here in Koh Samui? I'm curious. Because there's a story here that came out today. I'm trying to keep an eye on your chat and show you this story. There's a crazy long weekend going on in Thailand right now. And this article says the Koh Samui airport in the southern province of Suratani has become lively and crowded with many Thai and foreign tourists who started arriving at this famous island resort on Friday, the first day of a 6-day-long holiday, thanks to the cabinet's decision to declare Monday, July 31st, an extra day off. So Friday was a holiday. And then they went ahead and made Monday a holiday. It's become this massive holiday, and apparently Samui is the big benefactor here. Goes on to say, all Bangkok Airways flights from Suvarnabhumi in Samut Prakan to Koh Samui were fully booked, as we're all direct flights to the island from Hong Kong and Singapore. Samui doesn't have many international flights, but they've reopened the ones that closed during the pandemic, but they haven't been open too long again. But Hong Kong and Singapore are back. Hong Kong's 3-hour flight to Samui. Singapore is about an hour and a half. If you live in Singapore, I bumped into a subscriber on the street today. He said he was from Singapore. You can leave work on a Friday and be in Samui by dinner time if you're from Singapore. It was initially estimated that at least 20,000 tourists would spend their time on Koh Samui during the long holiday. So I'm just curious if anyone is noticing that. Anyone here down in Samui? I was there and I got back to Bangkok about 10 days ago, and it didn't seem extra busy down there, but this holiday just kicked in this week. Steve Austin, Sim Digital. All right, so let me go back here and see what we got coming next. Enjoy the long weekend, by the way, these extra holidays. Holidays here in Thailand have lost all meaning for me personally, as someone who had retired and now just kind of does this retired working for you stuff independently. I'm adamant that's actually the reason why today's video has been replaced by this live stream, because yesterday we needed to talk to someone about the video that was supposed to come today, and they're like, oh, it's a holiday. And every time someone in Thailand says that to me, it kind of makes me realize that yes, okay, yeah, there are national holidays. They just have lost their meaning to me. Okay, let's take one more question here. One more question, and then we're going to close with one last video. Samui seems dead at the moment. I'm going to get into the comments here, so let's see what you got. Samui seems dead at the moment. That's interesting. What part of Samui are oh, Biat? What are you not in Samui? You talking Biat? Are you? No. Would you recommend a first-time visitor in February book 10 different hotels in advance or just wing it? Wow. I would, in February, if you have specific places you know you want to be, I would go ahead and book some hotels. February will most likely be very busy. I would go book some hotels. Samui infrastructure likely to reach its limit, says Owen Marie. What's your favorite malls in Bangkok and why? I mean, Icon Siam's the most eye-popping mall here. I don't go to malls like to just kind of wander around. I'm thinking malls and I'm thinking food courts. The Mkortier I go to, that's where my movie theater is. I don't mind the food court there, but it is a little bit expensive. The Terminal 21 food court's super cheap and good. I like that, but I don't like their movie theater. The Siam Paragon, I like what's across the street and out back. I love Siam Square. So I'm not a big mall guy, to be honest. Did I ever teach in Thailand at all? No, I did not ever teach in Thailand. Bangkok's safe for female solo travelers. I believe that comparatively to lots of other cities, not only in Asia, but around the world, Bangkok is a safe city. Does that mean that you don't have to be mindful of things? I would say that you should still be mindful, but I would think compared to a lot of places in the world, Bangkok is safe even for a female solo traveler. Big airport in Bangkok needs a nickname. What about that bridge collapse that happened? Yes, that was crazy. Here's a comment that's interesting. People ask me this a lot. Hey, all. Thoughts on vacationing in Thailand in November? This is from Jan Bacon. I'm going to call you Bacon. because I like bacon. Yeah, I discovered Thailand in November after moving to America. So in 2012, we moved from LA to Toronto to LA, and we used to come at Christmas time every year because that's when the natural vacation was, and that's when we could get the most time off. But we moved to the States. American Thanksgiving's huge down there. Everyone takes pretty much a week off. And we thought, you know what, let's try Thailand during American Thanksgiving because we're not American. We don't celebrate Thanksgiving at the same time. And it wasn't a family holiday for us. So we came over. Flights were cheaper. Hotels were cheaper. Rental cars were cheaper. Things were easier to book. Traffic was lighter. I fell in love with Thailand in November. And since that time, I much prefer Thailand in low season compared to high season. I just love it here during low season. I don't love when you're down on Koh Samui and there's traffic, or Phuket and there's tons of traffic and it's hard to find rooms and everything's, a lot more expensive. So yeah, for me, November's great. Now it's rainy season in Samui in November. But that's a tropical island. You can definitely get sunny days in November, and you can get rainy days in April. So I don't put too much credence in that. Oh, their weather in Koh Samui the last week of October. Andrea, exactly what I just said. It's a changeable island. But yeah, end of October, that's when the rainy season starts. Everyone always hopes on Samui that it finishes by Christmas. And there can be the odd multi-day gray, constant rain, streets flooded, can't drive your rental cars through streets. And those suck. And those come every couple of years in Samui. But usually it's like a storm blasts in. And then it kind of goes away. You get rain every day, but not all day. And so that doesn't bother me at all. Let's see here. Are the banks safe to use in Thailand? Your name's Chase. Any relation to the bank yourself? I think I think the banks are safe here. I mean, yeah. Do you ever really get used to the heat in the hot months? No, hot season. I think there's a future for me where I leave Thailand in hot season. Yeah, hot season is really, really horrible. I don't love it at all. It's my least, because it's also pollution season. I can once we move to Samui, things are a little different there. If you have swimming pools to jump in, and in Samui I drive a car around, so there's air conditioning all over the place. So I can live with hot season in Samui. Bangkok, can't live with hot season. Chiang Mai, forget about it. They also got burning season up there. Hey Mike from Digital Nomad Channel, how's it going, man? Nice. Earth Camper, is that your thing? Oh, Black Coffee Club. Hey, how you doing, man? Got a fellow film guy. All right. I thought it would be fun to go back to one of my old videos. Drop a comment. Have you guys seen it's one of the first videos I did that was a little ridiculous. Oh, Sean Richards, thank you very much. Much appreciate that. Have you guys seen the video I did with the magic light switch way back in the early days of the channel? Hashtag yes if you have. Hashtag no if you haven't. If everyone here's seen it, we don't need to see it again. But I thought it'd be fun to pull out this old ridiculous video of me and my magic light switch going to Soy Cowboy, going to Nana Plaza. So hashtag yes if you've seen that video already. Hashtag no if you have not seen that video already. I can remember when you had 300 subscribers. Holy jeez. Well, you've seen it, man. Light switch was my favorite. Okay, mostly yeses. Oh, so a couple of no's. So Sharon hasn't seen it. Phil hasn't seen it. Seen every video you've made. Thanks, Rich. That's not Rich from Hong Kong, is it? Well, we got mostly yeses. Yes, but show it. Is that the general sentiment? Should we just take a dive into it? Oh, Sean Parker. Let me just get this here. Is that the general sentiment there? Yes, but show it. Okay. Let's show it. Let's, and I'll react to it, and I'll tell you a little bit of the backstory behind it, because it's pretty ridiculous, really. Let me just find it here. Let's dig in. Where is it? The old magic light switch. There she is. Okay. So, to set this up, for those of you that haven't seen it, we're in COVID. This is 2020. The heart of COVID. Everything's closed. You know, I hatched this idea that while everything's closed, I'm going to shoot the first half of a video, and then with a magic light switch. And then after everything opens, whenever that was going to be, I'll shoot the second half of the video. I'll put it all together, and it'll go viral. Well, it didn't really get many views at the end of the day, but I definitely had fun. This was one of the first videos that made me addicted to making videos again on this channel, and it's because I had a lot of fun. Oh, I had a lot of fun making it. It took over 6 months because it had to shoot one part closed, one part open. But enough blabbering on. Let's check it out here, and I'll do some reacting to it.
Come on.
Oh yeah, it came out at New Year.
Happy New Year, everybody! Happy New Year, ladies! Woo!
How embarrassing. Oh, the old intro. Oh, I love that.
In today's video, I'm going to use this magic light switch to turn Bangkok's nightlife back on. Ready? Count with me. 1, 2. Holy cow! Happy New Year, everyone.
Now you can see that it's not popping yet. This was right when they opened it, but it's not. There's nobody there. Plus, they didn't really want me to shoot in there. This was not easy. Like these days, I can't even pull out my phone and shoot a video in there. I've tried on live streams, but back then, as you can see, it's open but not crowded.
And this actually works. This is insane. I shot the first half of this video 7 months ago during lockdown, but it's a new year now, and it's gonna be awesome. Whoa. I can't believe this thing actually works. So it's June 2020, and everything.
So how did I make this sign? Well, I got a buddy who works at Netflix. I said, who do you know in the film industry over here? He introduced me to the film industry, and I hired some Thai set builders to make this sign for me. And this giant magic light switch. And then I carried it here from
in
Nana
Bangkok's
over
open
to Cowboy.
again. Well, except one thing, but I'm gonna fix that. I'm here at the entrance to Soi Cowboy, one of Bangkok's most infamous streets. It's nighttime and nothing. Let's use our little buddy here and get this party started. Oh yeah, I like our little buddy. Look at this.
Look at this. Soi Cowboy has never looked so lame. This is ridiculous. I should have waited another 6 months to shoot this. That looks ridiculous. That's lame. There's nobody there. I forgot what it was like. This is like right around the end of the year, December 2020. Man, I mean, a lot of you have been there lately. It looks a lot livelier than that.
We got Soy Cowboy here. We're lit up like a Christmas tree. We're here. We got the Hangover bar. Let's get the rest of this street lit up. Come on. Well, things seem to be...
Okay, there's another thing that I wouldn't be allowed to do today, is walk down the middle of Soy Cowboy carrying this ridiculous thing. I wouldn't even attempt it.
Looking up here in Bangkok, but let's get this one lit up. Just a little baby one. Forget about the quiet part. It's time to get loud. It's 2021. We're in Soy Cowboy. Let's do this. Well, this thing sure seemed to do its job, didn't it? Look at this place. Soy Cowboy, check. So, that's oh, what is, excuse me, this is embarrassing. Hello? Spanky? You've heard about our magic light switch? Oh, yeah, I can come help. Well, that sounds urgent. Where? Nana Plaza. All right, I'll be there in 5. Sorry, duty calls. All right, we got charter a tuk-tuk. Swatika, can you?
Now this tuk-tuk guy thought we were ridiculous to show up to his tuk-tuk with this. The Spankies thing had been prearranged prior to the video shoot. A lot of this had been prearranged over at Nana Plaza because you can't get in there with the camera. Now I remember the Spankies guy helped me arrange just getting into Nana with a camera, and then we just kind of snuck and grabbed a couple of shots as we could.
Get me somewhere urgently, sir? I need to get to Spanky urgently. Yeah, we're on our way, Spanky. Nope. Should get there any minute now. Spanky. 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 Spanky? Where's Spanky? Who's Spanky? Spanky! Oh, look, we found Spanky. Oh, this definitely seems to be the place.
Have you ever been to Spanky's?
Yep, that's it. Let's go in and see what type of help they need. Hello? Anybody here? Spanky, you called? You need help? I brought the magic light switch, Spanky. Man, I don't know what's going on. There seems to...
I do miss those shorts. Looking at this video, man, I loved those shorts. They were so comfortable and light and airy. And then when I made that $5 challenge video, they ripped. And I threw them out. Well, Haley threw them out. I'm still mad at her. I want those shorts.
Some sort of interference in the force. Let's turn this thing on once and for all. Oh! Yeah, we got it turned on.
So let me just back up here. Not to the girls, but just to clarify. So this I shot back in May of 2020. This shot here, May of 2020, and then 7 months later, I guess in December, I shot that. So that was why I loved this shoot, because we had to go back in and find the exact spot to try and match putting the light switch exactly where it needed to be. And that was just fun to make.
Oh! Yeah, we got it turned on. Let's get the rest of this place turned on, shall we? Oh, hello there. Haley, I don't think I'm gonna make it home for dinner tonight. Whoa, where have we found ourselves? My goodness, ladies. The things I do for this channel, oh my God. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year, ladies. Woo!
Okay, this is not one of my proudest moments. So actually, why am I even pausing on this? But geez, what if I look? I hadn't forgotten, but man, looking back on that, I'm showering at Spanky's. Oh crap!
Oh yeah.
Look at that one.
This video is meant to say, fuck you, 2020. It's a new year. You go out and follow your dreams. Look at this place. Just do whatever you want to do in 2021. It's going to kick ass and be the best year ever. So Happy New Year, everybody. I hope you can all appreciate the ridiculous lengths I went to make this happen.
So 2021, I was certainly wrong about saying that was going to be a kick-ass year. I might have spoken a little bit too soon there. Omicron and whatever the hell else was going on. But 2021 sure took a sideways turn. But in case you're wondering what happened to the sign, check this out. Give me a second. Oh, here it is. Yes. So, I love that. Like I said, this video for me was a fun video to make. I really enjoyed it. And on that note, it's Saturday night in Bangkok. Oh, who's that? Kay Jensen, Swedish Kroners. You should be proud. Well done. Thank you very much. You guys want me to answer a few more questions or should we wrap it up? What do you think? Hashtag questions, hashtag wrap it. It's up to you guys. I'll stick around for a couple more questions or I'm happy to wrap it. Depends how you guys are feeling. Okay, Victor, leave it in the on position. Well, it is Saturday night after all. Will it even stay in the on position? Here's the mechanism. There's the mechanism. There's the real behind the scenes. A nice job they did, though. I mean, look at this. Like, they did a great job. Hashtag questions. What do we got? Half. Put it on. Yes. Does it fall? Shit. Stay on. It's Saturday night in Bangkok, for Christ's sake. Stay on, would you? You Bangkok light switch. Let's get you back here. All right. Oh, who's that? Coochie can't. Coochie can't. A few 45 bought Leo pints in the Old English. Well, thank you. But perhaps the biggest news I shared tonight is look at this. What the hell's wrong? What's going on? Why am I holding a Sing-A can? Appreciate the super chat though, Coochie. Everyone who's super chatted, you guys are too kind. Very, very nice of you. Go party and soy Cowboy. Did Haley want to throw out the sign with the shorts? Maybe. No, Haley's very understanding. She knows it's all in good fun. What's the swinger scenario like in Thailand? To be honest, I don't know, Victor. Who made that obnoxious sign for you? Oh, there's a nicely worded question, Nico. Yeah. Let's go to Cowboy, says Earth Camper. That's you, Mike. You can't hide behind your name anymore now that you've spilled the beans. Never see you live, damn it. But I got another stream. I'm going to join in 5 minutes. Okay, LA. Party on, Chris. Stock market options. Let me, if I'm going to answer a couple questions, let me at least fade out with a little bit more Q&A music here. Are you going to open up a cannabis shop? No, but I would love to have an RW for you gummy that's shaped like my head that people could gobble when they're over here. But I don't know if that's ever going to happen. Shrooms still illegal in Thailand? Yes, shrooms are still illegal in Thailand. She is a very good sport, yes. My wife and I were glad to see you at Cloud 9 during the opening. Well, I was glad to see you too. I'd recognize you if I saw you. I'm great with faces, terrible with names. Hi, Uma. How's it going? Expat Paul, good stream, Chris. Keep up the good work. I don't even know. This has all been a blur to me. I'm managing a lot of things. Cameras, lights, switchers, playback devices, microphones, all this stuff. Would you guys like to see and hang out like this like once a month, or is this I did this today because it filled in for a video that was late, or is this the type of thing that isn't worth doing monthly? If you guys have fun with it, I would do it monthly. You could hashtag monthly or hashtag no, based on just based on the experience tonight. I have no idea what it was like for you guys out there. I was just trying to keep up with everything. Great to see you live. Thank you, Sai. Ever thought about moving to Twitch for live streams? I have not. More live streams. Yes, more often. Oh, you guys like it? Oh. Coochie shrooms legal in Colorado. All the duties of production, you made it look easy. Yes, once a month, monthly. Oh wow, huh? That's surprising, to be honest. I'm not, like I said, for me, you got to remember your experience and my experience this last hour and how long? Hour and a half, hour or so, has been completely different. I've been going all day just thinking, well, I don't have a video. I got to do something for these people, and what can I do? A live stream. Okay, well, if I'm going to do a live stream, I tried to do one a couple months ago, and it was terrible because I just wanted to do Q&A only, and it was just hard. It was hard to keep up with the chat. Weekly? Whoa, weekly. Well, that might be a little much. Mushroom stores in Toronto now, really? Sharon, LA. Can't wait to relocate. I'm at the getting rid of everything stage. That's a tough stage. All I'll say to you is, Sharon, is there'll be things in the getting rid of it stage where you're like, I can't get rid of that. And you know where it ends up? It ends up in boxes that you'll never open. I have a whole crap load of them sitting right over there. But thank you for the super chat. Awfully kind. Can you get Montreal-style poutine in Thailand? What is Montreal-style poutine? Just regular? Cheese curds, a little gravy? I like to sprinkle it with white vinegar and a little pepper. Oh, I like it. There's a place called Bangkok Poutine, co-owned by a Canadian. Live walking videos are great. Yeah, I could do some more live walking videos. That would be doable. I'm trying to fashion some technology to take the new camera and make it live as a walking video, but I don't know. if that's really something I could pull off or not. Moving to Samui from Toronto in December. Can I bring you something? Ketchup chips or Mountain Dew? Coochie Cot. I'd take a bag of ketchup chips. Fuck yeah. Give me a bag of ketchup chips, please. I miss ketchup chips. They had ketchup chips here a few months ago. It was like a special offering. They don't have them all the time, and they did not taste the same. They tasted nowhere near the same, actually, but I still bought a few bags, but they weren't the same. I'm going to say Lay's ketchup from Canada. Yes, thank you. I'll take those happily. What's the most fun video you ever made? Asked Christina Caffrey. Geez, that's a tough question. I mean, the magic light switch is definitely right up there because that was shot in 2 parts, 7 months apart. And you got to remember the first part. I mean, I had here. Look at this. I found this today. This cracked me up. I had. From May 25th, 2020. I'd only started the channel literally like a month earlier. And I made these notes. Giant light switch starts in front of Soy Cowboy. I'm standing at the entrance of the infamous Soy Cowboy. It's nearly 11 p.m., so I have to get home before the national curfew kicks in here in Thailand. Bangkok has pretty much opened up all businesses except nightlife. Don't you just wish you could snap your fingers and have it all go back to normal? Well, snaps fingers again. This is getting in my head of how the videos happen. Snaps fingers again in same position as previous video, except it's all lit up now. And so I thought I guess I was initially thinking I would just snap my fingers and transition on that. Back to darkness. Tonight we're going to 2 of the city's most famous red light districts with this. Oh, now then I get into the light switch. Brings out a light switch. Big one, somehow constructed. At the time I wrote these notes, I had no idea how that's going to get built. This is no ordinary light switch. It's a magical light switch. We've been told that this light switch will turn Bangkok's nightlife back on. Let's start right here in Nana Plaza. Yeah, so, I mean, that video, Christina, was really fun for me because it was one of the first ones that I thought about. Oh, username, thank you, Tammy Walker. Celebrate the first super chat from Tammy. Thank you, Tammy. Thanks for showing us the way. All right, username. Yeah, you guys got to get over here. When you're thinking about, should I move to Thailand? Shouldn't I move to Thailand? I'd say don't overthink it. Don't think about it as so... And I'm not saying you are, but maybe some of you are, because I did that, and I do it still with Samui now. The move to Samui, I do it again. I'll just share my experience. It's like, if I think about something like so permanent that it's like, well, then I'm there, and I'm not. Then what? And it's like, for me, think about it like a base camp that you can easily jump back home for visits regularly if that's what's stopping you from taking that Thailand plunge. You know, for me, Samui, I just thought like I'm gonna come to Bangkok a lot. You know, if I could get stuck on Samui, if it meant, whoa, I'm gonna be on Samui for 12 straight months, like I might get island fever. Well, I won't be on Samui for 12 straight months. You don't have to be in Thailand for 12 straight months. And if you don't like it, you could leave any time. You could come for 6 months. You could come for a year. And if you don't like it, you could just go back home. So, so someone commented, thanks for showing us the way. And it triggered that thought. Lazada is Thailand's Amazon. Yep. Just follow your heart, says expat Paul. Good advice, expat Paul. Sell everything. Come. I did. Oh, Mark Hanna. How you going, brother? Mark Hanna did a video with me where he told his story. We did an interview. That was nice. Austin Garrett, I'm moving over with my wife and baby in January. How old's your baby? That's awesome, man. Amazing. Congratulations. Where are you moving to? Got to do the climb to the secret lagoon. Okay, so this is hilarious. I've been to Raleigh a lot. As you guys know, I love that place. I've never been to the secret lagoon. It's embarrassing. Whoa, expat life has been that for me over 50 years. Base camps all over the world. Ooh, I tip my cap to you, sir. I'm selling everything and my house. All right, well, good on you. Andrea says, what kind of vibe do you get in Chiang Mai when you're there? You get the vibe of young, hip, cool, good businesses, good food, good value, good nature. That's the vibes I get in Chiang Mai off the top of the dome, as Harry Mack would say. Come to the Philippines. I've been to the Philippines 5 times. Haven't been since 98. I did have a great time one time in Manila. I went to Ermita, which isn't the best part of Manila, but there was a bar called the Hobbit House. And this may not be politically correct. You people back in the West can tell me. Maybe you can cancel me even. But it was called the Hobbit House, and everyone that worked there was a little person. The bouncers, the bartenders, the musicians, the band, the ladies of the night. It was ridiculous. Called the Hobbit House in Manila. I don't know if it exists anymore. And if that's politically incorrect, then oh well. Because if you've seen what Disney's doing with the latest Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, there's some pictures that have come out from set. Apparently, the head of dwarves worldwide, the guy from Game of Thrones, Peter Dinklage, he came out and said, like, how dare you type thing. And then, so they turned around and said it's not Snow White and the Seven Dwarves. That's politically incorrect. It's something. Snow White and Seven Magical People. And then I saw an actual dwarf get interviewed saying, "Where he was a dwarf actor. I want this part. I want to play one of the Seven Dwarves. Cash a check. Finally, they wrote a part for me." A heroic dwarf nonetheless. And Peter Dinklage, I don't like them calling it the Seven Dwarves. And now anyway, there's people, there's pictures, search it. There's pictures of the Seven Dwarves on set. It's sad is what it is. Go search it. All right. Oh, excuse me. That was kind of rude. Are we even playing tunes anymore? I don't even know. What's going on? All right, this is it. That's it. I'm wrapping it up. Does anyone else want to text? You got 30 seconds. Text your final things. Just text you whatever you got to say to end this thing. And if that involves, well, let's see. I'm only 5'2". I'm practically a 5'2", Tammy. Come on. That's nothing. That's nowhere near Hobbit height. All right. Do you love motorbikes? I do. I'm going to go on one next week. Up north. 6-day motorbike trip. You guys will see the results. It's something cool that I'm a few cool things. I'm very excited. Live long and prosper. El Brandon, Brazil. Yes, brother. The Hobbit House doesn't exist anymore, says Jerome. But you're not the Jerome that is my buddy in Bangkok, are you? Nice show, Chris. Thank you, Michael. Chow. Great session. Unending entertainment. All right, no more questions. You guys got to close it off with a statement. done all the talking so far. No more questions. Give me a statement. End it off on your end, and I'll end it off on my end. Coming to Koh Samui in 2 weeks. Enjoy your night, P. Birdman. I love you, brother. I do love you. This is a good time for the live chats. Chris, we'll see you guys in November. Getting mashed in Bangkok. I'm just trying to highlight your comments here. I want to go out on you guys. You guys are the reason this happens. I don't know if you realize it. You guys give me so much love, but I got to give it back, because without you guys, it's this endless circle. Good night, Hoser. See you in December, Beat. Go Leafs. Thanks from Texas. Look at that, Walker, Texas Ranger. And I'm going to end it right here. Peace, love, and joy. Thank you, Ken, and thank you guys for just being here and making my life fun. I appreciate it more than I could